Hey guys, this is Jenna Apgar back again, and today we are on day number 4 of the 30 days to double your business challenge for our Business Growth Network Insider members. So what do we have today? So one of the problems that we've been trying to solve is really been focusing on day 1, 2, and 3, finding out what our goals are for our business, figuring out who we are, what we are, where we want to go, and then starting to niche down to where we can find the connection between our passions and our knowledge, and then testing those potential niches so that we can have a profitable business. So now on day 4, we're getting into the meat of actually building your business, building the foundations that are going to help you double your business into 2019 and hopefully 3x, 4x, 5x your business. So today is the customer avatar, and it seems so silly that I even have to say this, but you have got to know your customer, and I don't need that in that very generic, oh, my customer is between 30 and 40 who lives in the Frisco area and has 2 kids, $50,000 to $100,000 in annual income. What I'm talking about is knowing your customer, like really, really knowing your customer. Hey, my customer is Jenna Apgar. She is 35 years old. She's got 3 kids, live in a $497,000 home, has a college education, is a digital marketer, runs her own business. This is the extreme version. I want to know every detail. I want your avatar to have a face. So I have Sean Murphy coming in. Why is that initial concept creation so difficult? Because we want to think in the broadest terms humanly possible. And the thing with the customer avatar is when we talk in broad terms, we're having a conversation in broad terms. We're trying to think, oh, here are the features of my product, and saying, hey, Jenna, this is how my product would help you. All of us as individuals, we like to think of ourselves as unique little snowflakes, but we are not. If you really boil it down, there's a million different people just like me who have the same problems. And when you start to use the same words that I use, the same tone that I use, that's when you can start to really sell your product. I was recently talking to a fellow DM partner and another agency owner, and he was telling us that he actually called a potential customer for the client and was talking to them, and this is in Texas, rural Texas, and they were thinking about building a billboard that said it's far, far away, you know, because they're talking about care flighting and helicopters and all that big hospital's way over there, and how are you going to get there in time? And what they found is that's not how people from Texas in the middle of nowhere talk. We say, it's miles away. Not far, far away, it's miles and miles away. And as soon as you make that tiny little word distinction, that's when you're gonna find huge profits in your business. So the first thing I wanna let you know is we have a worksheet to make this easy. Let's see, Sean, and we can't find our avatar until we do the initial. So yes, I have a worksheet here. I'm gonna pull it up here on the screen. And one of the things that I like about this, and I have to make sure everyone knows, is there's multiple ways to fill this out. Don't get stuck. There's 3 different ways. The first way is you have been your customer before. So maybe you were a struggling business owner and now you've created a wonderful janitorial business and you want to go teach people how to start their own janitorial business. And that's great. You can fill this customer avatar out because you've once been the customer. That's one way. The second way is to guess. And it is the worst way humanly possible. You can go on the internet and you can surf some forums and dig in groups, and you can kind of get some information that way. Both of those are absolutely free though, and I don't want to doubt free. I absolutely think that you should fill out a cursory customer avatar based on internet research so that you have a starting point for number 3. And my favorite way to fill this out, call a human being. And I know this is absolutely crazy, but actually calling a human being, actually putting their picture there, is about the best research you will ever be able to do. I know so many people are risk averse to actually calling and talking to people these days, but it works. Let me give you an example. We had a particular client who was struggling to fill a school. They'd been in business 7 years. We're barely at a third of capacity and they're losing money really bad. They have one of the best programs. No one knows about it, and they are marketing so heavily. They're blanketing the city with direct mail, but the message was lost. We got on the phone. I talked to one of their best customers that had 3 different kids in this program, and we talked for an hour and a half. Now, how did I get her on the phone? Super simple. I told her I'd give her a $25 gift card to Amazon. That's it. I think the most I've ever had to spend was $33 to pay for lunch for somebody at Olive Garden. And I had one business owner, I paid $150, but he was running a very large business and I had to buy him time. So it was $150. That's not much for an hour of his time whatsoever, but the information you glean is wonderful. So we had that conversation an hour and a half with this particular customer. I asked her all the basic questions. We asked to fill it out, and I'm going to go over this worksheet in a moment. And then after the basic questions, I started getting her talking more and more. And as soon as we implemented the ideas that came from that conversation, that's when this business was able to double in just 5 weeks. So was there some more involved? Did we have some Google ads? We had some landing pages? Sure, but none of that would have worked had I not actually called and talked to this individual customer. So I'm going to flip over here to this worksheet. Let's see if I can increase the size a little bit. Boom, and then I can make it wider. Look at this fancy technology. Okay, so here we go. At the very top of our customer avatar, one, like I mentioned, I want an actual name. I want females that are 45 years old. I want an actual name to go with our customer avatar. I want Jenna Apgar, business owner. I want my picture right here in the actual photo. That's why it says insert actual photo here. So that's going to be our first one. You can pull this if you're talking to them on Facebook, if you found them on LinkedIn, however you found them, put an actual picture there to put in your business binder. Then I want to know the basics. This is our basic demographic information. How old are they? Specifically, not generally. 35 years old, gender, female, marital status, married, single, how many children do they have? How old are their children? The problems that a mom with 3 young children under the age 5 is facing is way different than what a mom who has 3 children who are already graduated high school and out of the house are having. What location? And if this can be even more specific. Don't give me the US, don't give me Texas, don't even give me Frisco. If they live in a very specific neighborhood, the Lakewood area of Dallas, Texas in the United States. And that can even be broken down even more specifically. So hyper-specific in location. What is their occupation? What is their job title? This is going to these become really critical, especially if we're finding our customers on LinkedIn. What is their annual income? Annual income is another great way. 1, are they qualified? 2, can we start finding them on the internet in weird ways, like actively marketing to people who buy Apple computers versus PC computers because Apple's cost more, and so people making 200 and above tend to buy Apple more often. What is their level of education and any additional information that seems relevant to your product or service? Here's a little one hiding over here. This one is often misunderstood, but it's really critical, especially if you're actually talking to a human being, and that is the quote box. What is the quote box? This is specifically for people who are already clients in some way, shape, or form. If they had to describe why someone else should buy your product to their friend, what would they say? Hey, you gotta hire this guy. He'll do anything to get your house sold. Hey, you gotta hire this girl. She can build your funnel in just 1 hour. What is the thing that your clients are saying why they should hire you? I'm not asking for a testimonial. I'm just asking for the client's own words on why you're awesome and what your unique selling proposition is. What is valuable to them that could be used in your marketing and your messaging that's going to be valuable to future customers. All right, this first block in the top left-hand corner, seemingly super simple. I want 2 goals right up on the top. One is just their big goal. What is their actual goal as a human being that they are trying to work towards? Are they living in the city and they want to travel more? Are they trying to grow their business? Are they trying to alleviate all that back pain they're experiencing? Are they struggling in their business because they can't get over their relationship issues and they have some mindset issues? What goals are they specifically trying to solve in their life? And I also want to know the goals that are hyper-specific to the product or service. Back pain, if you are a medical massage therapist, like one of our members, Rayanne, that's going to be very significant. That is a goal. They want to live without pain. And also their values. So the values is going to run across the entire gamut. It could be trust. It could be financial value. It could be that being on time is really important. Benjamin Franklin ran a massive study over several years, and that's how they ended up with Benjamin Franklin literally as their logo mascot, because they found that what everybody cared about in plumbing was that their plumber was on time. And since Benjamin Franklin was all about being on time, well-known quotes in that area, it made him a natural fit. What are the values of your customer? Top right, going over challenges and pain points. The best way to secure a sale is to know a person has a specific painful pain point and a specific challenge that you can come in and fix. What is the pain point that is going to make them jump on board? They have a ton of leads, they're driving a ton of traffic, they're spending $3,000 a month on Google Ads, it's all going to a sales page and sales are flat. They've got nothing. They're bringing in leads all day, all night. They've got salespeople calling, sales are flat. We're running out of money, we're bleeding money, we're not making sales. That's my pain point, right? Pain points can be literal, like I discussed, like back pain, foot pain. They can be emotional pain points. And then we're going to come on challenge. What are the direct challenges that they're facing as they pertain to your product or service? I have a challenge. My toilet is broken. That's my pain point. Everyone is complaining. No one is happy. They've got 2 toilets in the house and everyone has to use one, and we're not used to this. The challenge is I have no idea anything about plumbing, right? Me trying to fix toilet is laughable. I can't even pick the thing up. What are the challenges? One of my other challenges might be if I'm a broke college student and my toilet's broken, I have no money. That's going to be a challenge that I'm facing. So now I need plumbing services and I'm broke. What are the challenges that have to do with your product or service that your people need to overcome? Bottom left-hand corner. Now we're going to start getting into how we can start targeting them and finding them. Sources of information. What books are they reading? What magazines are they reading? And if you're really being honest, for all of my clients the past 2 years, I'm finding they're not reading that many books. They're not reading magazines at all. But blogs and websites are huge. If you ask them even where do they get their news from, they're like, whatever it's linked to on Facebook or Drudge Report. They don't actually know which websites, but if you can start to glean that information, find out what conferences they're going to, that's going to be a big one, especially in the B2B area. What gurus they pay attention. So I think of all the business different gurus that are out there that are teaching how to do SEO or teaching how to do digital marketing or how to do sales. What guru are they following? And then any other sources of information, even if it's, we did one with a fleet owner of 213 vehicles. And that big other became, if he had anything mechanical, so the client wanted to put an additional part on a car that would help save gas and the lifetime of the vehicle, then any kind of car kind of question, he went to his mechanic. So literally the other spot was the mechanic that this business owner, this fleet owner trusted with his entire fleet of over 200 vehicles. This magic right here is how we're going to drive acquisition cost down and also increase how many people we can bring in. This last one on the bottom right-hand corner, this is going to be one that I feel like people already know they need to know, right? So to kind of talk about it last. Number one, what is their role in the purchase process? Really know this information well. To give you an example, when it comes to buying houses, there's 2 people that are involved. There's myself and my husband. Role in the purchase process. I'm doing everything. You're not even getting into my husband until I have it narrowed down to like 2 homes. You're not going to see him. You're not going to get to talk to him. And if you try to force me into a meeting, it's never going to happen. I am the gatekeeper. I am choosing the house. I'm doing all that other part. And that's very common in a home purchasing situation. But the purchase cannot be made without my husband. We're a team. And to be honest, he was cutting the check at the time. So you have to make me happy first and then him happy. And you have to understand those roles in the purchase process. I've also seen some where I have to come in and reach the CIO for a client. But we also have to make the CEO and the CFO happy with what we're doing and not attack the CIO, making them think that he wasn't doing his job before. This complication in the role in the purchase process needs to be understood in-depthly. The second one that we're going to be dealing with in this box is all the objections to sell. I feel like this one needs a whole page on its own. Right here, if you have more, flip it on over. Common objections are going to be time and money. but they get more specific. So I don't want you to stop at just time and money. Really go in depth. What is any objection to the sale that you could possibly think of, that this person could possibly think of? Is it a long drive? Is it inconvenient to get to? Are they worried that the price point means it's a scam? Are they worried that, you know, your product is higher priced than all the other products out there and they do the same thing? What are all the objections to the sale? If we know the objections to the sale, we can inoculate against these when we start building our actual pages in our sales copy. And I want you to be able to do that up front so we can take all those objections out immediately. We can put those in the frequently asked questions. We can put that in the email follow-up. Know the objections and you can start to secure the sale very quickly. So that is the gist of it. That is your customer avatar. Again, I would really prefer if you can spend today reaching out to a couple of people and just let them know, hey, the first 3 people that, you know, agree to talk to me for 30 minutes, I'm going to $25 gift card for you to Amazon, Visa gift card, whatever it works. And it's great, guys. In the digital age, you can send these online now. You don't even have to snail mail anything. It's super, super easy, but you do actually have to physically call a human being. I highly recommend that. That can be game changing. If you've already got existing customers, please do this with your 3 best customers, your 3 ideal customers that you wish you could have 100 of them in your business starting next month. When you get this done, when we start building our sales copy, our 30-second sales pitch, our bullet points that we're going to start working with, anything else that we're building up is all going to start coming from this one individual sheet of paper. So it's very critical that you fill this out as fully, completely, and honestly as humanly possible. I've got the worksheets for you. They're right below. If you're watching this on video, then they're in the private group and the private Business Growth Network membership area. Fill them out, 1 for each customer avatar. And we were talking about niching. You cannot cross-use these avatars. There can only be 1 per niche. And I need you to narrow it down as much as possible. You might have one, if your niche is even highly narrowed down, you might have a different one for men and women, moms and dads, for the age group for 50 above, 30 to 40, and one for the younger people. You're going to need one for every variation of the type of client you could be working with. Start with 1, but you must have one for every different type of person that we will be building something for. Most importantly, get one done. And if you have any questions or you want to run your avatar by the other members of the group, the other consultants, the other partners, bring those over to the Business Growth Network Insiders Engagement Group on Facebook, and we will get your questions answered. Again, that's Jenna. Today was day 4, my Mitch niche. Hi there, Mitch. But let's get this done. Let's get our avatars built so we can move on to product market fit, before and afters, 30-second sales pitch, and some great sales copy so you can get to selling now. Again, if you have any questions, hop over to the Business Growth Network engagement group and we will help you work your avatar out. Bye, guys, and I will see you tomorrow for day number 5.